Against all odds, the strength of a single parent, the night was heavy with silence, broken only by the faint hum of the ceiling fan. Ali sat at the edge of his bed, staring at the unpaid bills scattered across the small wooden table. His hands trembled as he ran them through his hair, the weight of responsibility pressing down like a mountain. Tomorrow morning, his daughter Aisha would wake up expecting breakfast. A smile, and the same assurance he gave her every day that everything would be all right. But in his heart, Ali wasn't sure how much longer he could keep pretending. Ali never imagined life would turn out this way. Just 3 years ago, he had a happy family, wife whose laughter filled the home, and a daughter who was the light of his world. But tragedy struck without warning. His wife's sudden illness took her away, leaving Ali to pick up the pieces of a life that had shattered overnight. He went from being a husband who shared burdens to a single father who carried them all alone. At first, Ali thought he could manage. He worked double shifts at the factory, leaving Aisha with neighbors until late at night. He cooked, cleaned, and tried to help her with homework, despite being tired. But the reality of single parenthood hit him hard. The bills never stopped, his body never rested, and loneliness clawed at his soul. Still, every time he saw Aisha's eyes light up when she called him Papa, he found the strength to keep going. One winter evening, Aisha came home from school with tears in her eyes. She clutched her backpack tightly and whispered, "Papa, my teacher asked everyone to bring their mom for the class program. I told her I don't have one." The words cut Ali like a knife. He gathered her in his arms, his voice breaking as he said, "Beta, you have me. I'll be there, not as your mom, but as the one who loves you enough to be everything you need." The challenges only grew from there. The factory laid off workers, and Ali was among them. For weeks he knocked on doors, begged for work, and endured rejection after rejection. Nights were the hardest. He often skipped dinner so that Aisha could eat, telling her he wasn't hungry. His clothes grew worn, his hands rough, but he never let her see his despair. To her he was a shield, an anchor, and the only constant in a world that felt uncertain. One day Ali stumbled upon a small shop for rent at the corner of their street. It was nothing more than a dusty, broken-down kiosk, but to him it was hope. With the last of his savings and a small loan from a kind neighbor, he decided to start a tiny grocery stall. The first weeks were slow. Sometimes he sold nothing, sometimes barely enough to buy bread. But each morning he woke up before dawn, opened the shutters, and prayed silently that today would be better. Aisha became his little helper. She would sit by the counter, doing her homework, and greet customers with her bright smile. Slowly, neighbors began to notice. The shop became more than just a place to buy things. It became a place of warmth, where people admired the bond between father and daughter. Ali's honesty and hard work earned him trust, and over time, the stall grew into a steady livelihood. Years passed, and Aisha thrived under her father's unwavering love. She excelled in school, often telling her classmates, "My papa is my hero." On her graduation day, as she stood on stage receiving her medal, Ali sat in the crowd, his eyes brimming with tears. He wasn't just watching his daughter succeed, he was watching the proof that his sacrifices, his sleepless nights, and his silent struggles had all been worth it. When Aisha gave her speech, she looked directly at her father. Her voice trembled with emotion as she said, "Most people talk about superheroes with capes, but my superhero wears old clothes, wakes up before the sun, and never gave up on Minot, even when life gave up on him. Today I stand here because of him, my father who taught me what real strength means." Ali wept openly, unashamed. In that moment, the years of hardship faded. What remained was love, resilience, and the undeniable truth that even against all odds, single-parent strength could change the world of a child forever. The story of Ali and Aisha is not just about survival, it is about courage. It is about choosing love over despair, sacrifice over comfort, and hope over fear. It is a reminder to every struggling parent that though the path may be lonely, the love you give your child is a light powerful enough to lead you both through the darkest of nights. Because in the end, true strength is not measured by what you endure, but by how you love against all odds.